Hide my identity. I fell for a billionaire and she loved me, but she wouldn't claim me. I thought I was just a secret until her family tried to replace me and she made one decision that changed everything. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Irene and this is React with Irene. Here we share anonymous stories, hide my identity stories, react to even stories as well. So in today's video, we have a very beautiful story that I'm going to share with you guys. And you guys should please pay attention and remember to keep your comment respectful, like, share, subscribe, do all those good stuff, okay? So let's dive into the video. Hi, please hide my identity. I'm in my early 30s, femme, and I never thought I'd date someone with that kind of money. Not because I'm not confident, because rich people come with politics, and I've always liked a quiet life. I met her at a charity gala. I wasn't even supposed to attend. I was there as a plus one for work. I wore a simple black dress, did my makeup myself, and planned to be invisible. Then she walked in. Not loud, not flashy, just presence. Let's call her Serena. She wasn't the type that scans a room for attention. She scanned it like she owned the room and didn't need to prove it. Her suit fit perfectly, her watch was subtle, and her smile looked like it had rules. When she got to, to my table, she paused and said, "You're not enjoying this?" I laughed. "Is it obvious?" She said, "You look like someone who prefers real conversations." I replied, "And you look like someone who doesn't get many."
You look like you don't belong here. Funny. I was thinking the same about you.
Her eyes lifted like she liked that I wasn't intimidated. We talked for 10 minutes about nothing important, and I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time, safe curiosity. Before she left, she slipped a card into my palm. No company name, no title, just a number and one line. "Text me when you get home."
You. Text me if you want to talk properly. You always this direct? Only when I'm interested.
I texted I shouldn't have, but I did. The soft life that had shadows. Serena didn't love bomb. She wasn't doing too much. She was consistent. She didn't ask for my whole life story, but she remembered details like how I take my coffee, what kind of music calms me, the thing I said I wanted to learn. One day, she would send a car, but she'd ask first. She would book dinner, but she would ask first. What I was in the mood for. She never made me feel like her money was the reason I should tolerate nonsense. But there was one thing that always made me pause. She was private in a way that didn't feel like I'm protecting my space.
Did. This place is beautiful, but I wanted somewhere quiet. Quiet for what? For you.
It felt like I'm protecting my image. I didn't see her social media at all. I didn't meet friends. I didn't know where she lived. When I asked, she would kiss my forehead and say, "Soon. Just let's enjoy what we have." At first, I accepted it because I liked her. Then I started feeling like a secret. The first 3 months in, Serena said something that sounded casual but wasn't. She said, "If anyone asks, you're my consultant." I blinked. "You're what?" She smiled like she was suiting a child. "It's safer." That word again, safer. I asked, "Safer for who?" She didn't answer directly. She just said, "My family doesn't handle surprises." That night, I went home and I sat on my bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling two emotions at the same time. I loved her and I hated the box she put me in. I found out who she really was. The way I found out she was a billionaire was embarrassing. Not because I was snooping around, but because I was scrolling. A business page popped up with a headline about a major acquisition, and there she was, Serena, smiling beside a group of men in suits. The caption said, "The youngest female billionaire in the region." I reread it 5 times. My chest went tight. When I saw her the next day, I didn't even try to be cool. I held up my phone and said, "So you're rich, rich."
So you're a rich kid?
No, I'm a controlled kid.
She said like she'd been expecting this day. "I wanted you to know me first." I said, "I know you, but I don't know your life." She looked at me for a long moment and said, "If you know my life, you might leave." I whispered, "Or I might understand why you're hiding." Her eyes softened. Exactly. The family dinner I wasn't invited to. Serena started traveling more, canceling dates, answering calls outside. Then one night she told me she had a family dinner. I asked, "Can I come?" She went quiet. Then she said gently, "Not yet, not yet." The sentence that can either mean soon or never. I didn't fight her, I just nodded. But later that night, I got a message from an unknown account. "You're wasting your time." I stared at it. Then another message came. "She's going to marry a man. Watch." My hands went cold. I showed Serena the messages the next day. Her face tightened, and that was the first time I saw anger in her. She said, "They found you." I whispered, "Who is they?" She swallowed. My aunt. She manages narratives. Narratives? I didn't like that word. It sounded like media, lies, reputation. Then Serena confessed. Her family had been trying to pair her with a man for months. Someone appropriate for the brand. A public marriage, private life, I said. So where do I fit? Serena's voice broke slightly. You fit where I choose you. And I've been choosing you quietly because I was scared to choose you loudly. A week later, Serena invited me to a small event. I arrived and realized it wasn't small, it was strategic. Her aunt was there, her cousin, a man in a designer suit who stood too close to Serena like he had rights. And the moment I walked in, I felt it. I was the surprise, the test, the bait. Her aunt smiled at me like a knife. So this is the consultant.
You seem like a nice girl. Take this and move on. Quietly.
I nodded politely. She laughed softly. Serena likes projects. Projects? Serena's jaw tightened. Auntie, behave. Her aunt ignored her and turned to me. Enjoy the evening. Just remember, this family doesn't tolerate scandals. I could feel my heartbeats in my throat. Then the man approached Selena, put his hand slightly on her back, and said loudly, Darling, the press is asking for a photo. I looked at Selena, she looked at me, and I watched her freeze the way someone freezes when they are choosing between fear and truth. The moment she chose me, Selena surprised everybody. She stepped away from the man's hand and walked directly to me in front of everyone.
This Zora.
This is the woman I love. If you have a problem with it, have it privately.
Then she took my hand, not dramatic. She took my hand, not performative, just firm. The room went silent. Her aunt smile disappeared. Serena said, calm but clear. This is the woman I love. If you have a problem with it, have it privately.
Stuff.
My whole body went hot. My eyes stunk because in that moment I wasn't her consultant. I wasn't her secret. I was her choice. The man's face tightened. He tried to laugh. Serena, don't be silly. Serena turned to him and said, we are done. No explanation, no begging, done. Her aunt stepped forward, voice low. You're ruining everything. Serena smiled, not sweetly, powerfully. I built everything. You just manage it. The money tried to the money tried to punish her. After that night, the backlash came. Family members stopped calling, invitations disappeared, business partners started acting concerned, and some gossip pages started hinting. Serena didn't panic. She moved like someone who had planned for war. She called her legal team. She tightened her security. She moved assets. She reduced the number of people with access to her private life. Then she did something that scared me. She updated her will. I found out accidentally. Papers on her desk, my name. I confronted her. Why is my name here? She looked up and said softly, because if anything happens, I don't want you fighting anyone for the truth of your place in my life. I sat down because my legs went weak. That's when it hit me. She wasn't just choosing me emotionally, she was choosing me legally. The happy ending, it didn't become perfect overnight. Some people never accepted it, some people pretended. But Serena and I became something I didn't know I needed, a team. She didn't just give me gifts, she gave me protection without control, assets without ownership, love without shame. Months later, she introduced me to her mother privately. I was shaking. Her mother looked at me for a long time and said, I don't understand everything, but I can see my daughter is finally peaceful. Then she added quietly, please don't hurt her. I cried on the drive home, not because it was magical acceptance, but because it was human. And the final twist is that the aunt who threatened scandal tried to call Serena bluff with gossip. Serena responded with one statement through her PR. My personal life is not up for debate. Any harassment towards my partner will be handled legally. The gossip died quickly. Then, when lawyers entered the chat, I thought dating a billionaire would give me a soft life. What it gave me was something better. A woman brave enough to choose me when it counted.